Now we're going to have an interview with Damien Wynne. Hello, Damien.
Yes,
Well, before we start, I have to tell everybody that I have been to his workshop several times, and then now I heard that he changed some of his workshops and he moves on. He does something different and more powerful, and I came by and to try it. We had a session now, and after the session, it was amazing. It's changed a lot, and I want everybody to learn about this change. And now you work on the timeline.
Yes, I'm working in many different ways. But I recently discovered that if I work with the timeline connected to before we're born in the mother's womb, and also up to now through the childhood. And when I opened up the timeline, I started to see there's moments in our life where we are not fully in the body, or we don't want to be here. And this part of our spirit and our will, life force, went to the opposite side of the line, which was not in the creation flow of life. So what I learned to do was that we can reset the entire timeline and then bring the creation symbol, creation flow back through the timeline. And I started to work with different numbers and the path, I'd say the word Tau, representing our path, our true path. And it brings us back into our potential. And then we start collecting our trust again, our soul fragments, and completing experiences as we're.
To be on our path, what's the importance of the timeline? How does it? How do you work on it? We all want to be in the moment.
Yes.
But somehow we cannot be.
Yes.
And to work on the timeline, does it help us to be on the moment? Exactly.
Absolutely. It helps you to empower yourself to be present in the moment. With, for example, times in your life where you say, I don't want to be here, or I want to commit suicide. I noticed that part of our will, as I said before, was going to the other side of the line. And we do this enough times, we attract that energy into our system. And also, if I look at somebody and I see the core of the person, I can see that we're fragmented. And not all of our core is supporting life, supporting creation, supporting the moment. So that's why I start working with the timeline, because I started to find the moments where you didn't want to be present or you couldn't complete an experience. And it brings you more into the moment to complete and to transform from all experiences. So with this infinity flow, I work at bringing the infinity flow back into your life. You're in a continuous flow of powerful experiences which help you grow, to transform. And what's missing from the system of a lot of people is the fact that you can complete and you can move on from some experiences that you don't need to go through again. So this is what I'm working with this timeline.
So it's because much more stronger what you do, because you work on the timeline. Because of the timeline, it's much more stronger, and with the numbers that.
And it's also representing, because the work I do is constantly connected to the field in the moment, and it's where we are at the moment. That everything's getting stronger, everything's getting faster, and it's really about connecting to who you really are, finding yourself. And there's many aspects of ourselves. We're like the Russian dolls, and not all of them are fitting in because we're not fully present in our core. So that's why I was working with bringing the core strength in again, and then all the aspects of you can start coming in and really be more present in your life.
You know what, we all want to move on, but somehow we stay in the pattern. Maybe because of the fears, maybe because of the blockages, or maybe a lack of trust. Does working on the timeline help us to develop, to complete and transform, and to move on?
It will, yes. So your trust could be missing from the childhood, or could be actually in another past life as well. So you can tell someone, take your trust back, but if it's not there, it's not there. The trust of the inner child, for example. So we have to find out, where has your trust been scattered or fragmented? Where is it? Where is your joy? Where is your success of life? So this is what I'm opening up within this timeline, to see, where did you leave the trust behind? Where did you leave your creativity behind? Or else, what belief systems are in you which are not belong to your system?
So you come to your system fully.
Yes, yeah.
Wholly, and
yeah. You
are on your system.
Exactly, you are on your core power, and you're bringing, I work with frequencies, so it's to bring through all your frequencies this infinity flow, which everything in your life starts flowing again, and you start transforming from everything. So it's to grab life, to embrace life, to transform from life, to grow from it, and then also to recreate.
You said inner child. Everybody, when we go to workshops or something like that, they say inner child.
Yes.
Get in connection with your inner child, love your inner child. You try to do it. I myself try to do it.
Yeah.
But till the moment that we did, I never get in connection with my inner child, truly.
Yes.
Because consciously I want to get in connection with my inner child, but something unconscious doesn't let me to.
Yes.
So, how do we connect truly with our inner child? What can we do to get in truly connection with the conscious and the subconscious and the inner child and you?
What I worked a lot of years with the inner child, and I found it very difficult for the inner child to build up trust again, to really to trust you again, to believe that you're going to listen, to believe that you're going to protect your inner child. And I found there was a natural instinct missing from our system. And that's the instinct you see, for example, with a cat or a bear or an animal that basically wants to, will protect their loved ones, protect their children, and will actually kill for their children. So what I found was that natural instinct, which is in our cells already, which is killing viruses or bacteria, which are not right for our system. So I found that frequency was missing from us. So what I do is I work with the inner child, saying that the inner child feels that I will even kill for you, just to bring the frequency in. And then the inner child jumps back into your heart.
I'm going to protect you.
Yeah, I'm going to protect you. And then he or she will feel safe with you, and will start trusting you, because it knows that you're going to protect, you're going to stand up, you're going to listen, you're going to be there for your inner child. No matter what anyone thinks of you, anyone says about you, I'm here for my inner child. And my inner child is first.
What happens when we get in connection with our inner child? What differs in our lives?
Okay, first of all, how did you feel when we did it?
It was amazing. It was amazing. I really, first time in my life, I feel the energy of love, the secure, the trust. It was all around me, and I was like this. It was amazing.
Yeah. It was interesting to watch you, because and the first thing you said was, I want to hug myself.
Yes, I did. I did.
Yeah. So this for me is very important, to get to that point that you really want to embrace yourself, that you really feel yourself and feel comfortable with yourself. So this is the part that's can be missing from your relationship, for example. And it's, we search for it in other people, but till we have it really in our core and in ourselves, then there's something missing there, and we're searching in others, but it's actually inside us. So that's what you found. You found the keys of reconnecting to yourself, your emotional body, your heart. The inner child is really important because it's connected to your emotional body, and from there everything starts, I feel.
And so as I experienced, and from the things that you said, it completes the path. This work
it lives. Yeah,
yes,
you live your path.
Yes, the timeline to get in connection, to get your soul back into your life now, to get all the blockages, all the fears, to be on the moment, to be you, to love your inner child, to get in connection, truly connection with your inner child. It makes you just in the moment and more strong with the numbers.
Exactly, yeah. I found as well that there's moments in our life where we don't trust, when I open at the time, and where we don't trust or we don't feel we belong here. And I found that if I work with specific numbers, it helps us to overcome, complete, transform, and move on. And I work with 108, for example. That's a very sacred number. And it really helps the energy to flow again. And when I connect it into the infinity symbol, in the flow from the heart and through the timeline, everything moves again. And you will feel it in your system, and everything's much faster, and that's why you're feeling the work is really fast now. Because I was working with the numbers, and 7, so these are very specific numbers that can help us really transform really, really fast and complete. We're here for experiences and to complete old experiences from past lives. And these numbers are helping you to really embrace the power of these experiences and to complete them and then to move on to new experiences of why we're really here. And really supporting to your potential.
And when you're in your potential, you know more about yourself and more about your path, and be on yourself and do whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever's
to get over, to move on. Huh?
Yeah, whatever's right for you, and you start trusting in the moment, start feeling in the moment, and things will start flowing to you. Life starts flowing in a different way, and it's more vibrant, it's more alive, and you feel more alive. That's what I like about it. It's more life force there.
Because everything gets, how can I tell, quicker.
Yeah.
And this thing that you do is more stronger and quicker now.
Absolutely. I'm amazed at the work how it's developed over the years, but this for me is the strongest.
We're not wasting our time in saving this.
It happens immediately. Everything slots into place immediately. For me, I see people in frequencies and coding and numbers, and I can see the way I'm working now. It's an instant reset of your whole system, and then you're in that flow of life again. And it's beautiful to see yourself, to see other people suddenly who was not confident, suddenly to feel themselves and feel love with themselves and to feel good about themselves and good about their lives, and not depending on me or anyone else, but really feeling, I feel complete here, I feel good about myself, and I feel good about my passion.
Yes, it really was amazing. I really recommend everybody to experience this new workshop that you're doing, which is quicker, which is easier,
and it's empowering.
More effective.
Yeah, and what I like about it is everything that I work with, it's about, I'm teaching it so you can do it yourself at home.
How can we do it at home?
So,
for example, 108. What are we going to do?
What we worked with was to go into the now, which I am that I am, and then, for example, you're in it now, so bring it into your heart, and I am that I am. And then we go in and we bring the infinity flow into our day that we're going to go through. And if you want to bring the 7 to 108, we feel it's there we go. Now we're going into it now. And then everything is flowing, and power, everything's flowing to you, and everything's transforming and completing. Feel it? And it's smooth. And it's almost like it's grabbing life, it's embracing life. And then you can still be still. Do you feel? Be very present and still.
Yes.
And you can still move.
Yes,
you can still go fast. And there's an inner silence which goes inside. And from this point, awareness starts opening up much more. And from this awareness, then during your day, you'll be able to make decisions, right decisions for you, much faster, much more creative. And what's right, really what's right, what can bring you into your potential.
For example, let's say we had a day that some things happened which we don't like. And at night time we're in bed, we're about to sleep, and we don't want the same pattern in our lives again. We don't want to experience the same thing.
Sure.
And before we go to sleep, if we get into the 0 point and with the infinity flow we do 108, does it work on it also?
Yes, because usually what happens a lot of time, if things are uncomfortable for you, you sort of get out of the body, you get out of the experience. So what I work with, I keep working with that timeline, especially, for example, you could be daydreaming in the office or something and you're outside, or if somebody's giving out to you in a relationship, you go somewhere else energetically, you're outside or thinking of something else. So you've lost experience of the now, of that relationship, of that moment that could have helped you develop, so you don't need to go through that experience again. So what I do is I open up that field again, or for example, when you're at home at night, okay, all the moments in today that I didn't embrace or I wasn't present for, now I choose to be in that moment, I choose to experience that moment, I choose to develop from that moment, I choose to move on from that moment, and I choose Tao in that moment, I choose 108, and you'll feel the energy you have that day, everything goes into the right place. You know?
The experience that you have missed, you experience them so that
you can
go through.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's
That's
beautiful,
great.
and it feels good.
It feels good.
It
gives you confidence and
it gives you a power,
strength. Yes.
A lot of strength in your system. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes, I love it.
I wish you luck. Maybe not luck, but really, I want everybody to experience it, to go for it, to come to the sessions, to be much more happier, to be on their path. And thank you for being here, and thank you for all your being and everything. And thank you for my workshop.
Thank you, Saba. Thank you for the support. And for me, I love to share. It's to share this with everybody.
But it has to be shared.
Exactly, and it's so easy. That's what I love about it, because I can see someone who's had difficulties in their life for 40 years, 50 years, and then we just find something, and then the whole life changes. It's incredible. So I'd love to keep sharing and sharing and sharing, and then you can share with your friends, and then keep sharing it. And it's beautiful to see this and to share these gifts.
It grows and grows and grows.
Exactly.
It's an incredible workshop.
Yeah.
If you want miracles in your life, go to Damien.
Thank you, Saba. Yeah, thank you. Pleasure.